30 years to season 2, episode 46, as they call it over on Peacock, of WCW Saturday Night. It went down on November 13th, 1993. So as folks are listening to this, we just passed the 30-year anniversary of this air date. Does it even feel like you were covering wrestling 30 years ago? Like, that's got to be weird for you, no?
Yeah, it's weird for me when you think about that. I've been doing this. I started this 40 years ago. That's what's weird.
Yeah.
Of course, I've not been in the business 40 years. You know, there was 18 years where I didn't do anything. But 40 years ago, it all started. 30 years ago, we had WCW Saturday Night from Center Stage, and it doesn't seem like it's been 30 years. I mean, when I look back and think about 30 years ago, God, Matt Schiavone was 11, right? And he was the oldest kid. So we had kids all through the house here, and now we just have dogs, and life changes quickly. A lot of times for the better, sometimes for the not so better. And I'm just very, I hate the word blessed because everybody uses it. Sometimes I ask people, how you doing today? And they'll go, I'm blessed. And I go, really? Today? You're blessed today?
You don't like that?
I just think it's overused. So I don't like the term blessed, but I'm very fortunate. And I know I'm blessed, and I don't have to tell people that. So there you go. Fortunate to be doing this long. And you know what? When I think about WCW Saturday Night, and we're basically talking about the early 90s, right? Yeah. I think about Center Stage and how it sucked.
Wow.
I hate Center Stage. Who was it that said to me, Tony Khan ought to start running Center Stage, buy Center Stage and start running it and refurbish the whole thing. I said, fuck that. I don't want to go back to that rat-infested place. I went there for an NXT taping one time. Several years ago, right. One of the referees invited me there, and I went early.
Our buddy Drake, right?
Drake, that's right, invited me. And I went there early and met some of the guys. And I remember being back there going, oh, God, this place sucks. And I didn't stay for the matches, but I just went early to say hello to all the guys. And it was just a hole, HOLE. So anyway, I don't want to drag the show down, but that's what I think about when I think about Center Stage, the early 90s.
In fairness, I think it goes without saying that Tony Khan would fix it up to where it wasn't a hole if he bought it. Are you telling me that you wouldn't like to be able to not have to travel and just go right down the road to Center Stage for work?
Yes.
You would rather get on an airplane than go there?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that is some irrational hate.
Yeah. Well, look, if you're saying that Tony Khan will fix it up, it'll be like putting a hula skirt on a trash can. It would be like putting lipstick on a pig. You ever heard of those old cliches?
Yes, I have.
So that's what it would be like.
Lipstick on a pig is how Dave Silva used to go to prom.
Really?
Yeah.
Did the pig put out?
Well, there's nowhere for me to go with that.
Okay.
You have words that come to your mind, and then
you
think, well, I can't say that.
Yeah.
Shouldn't say that.
Yeah.
Not that one. And then you realize, well, the moment has missed us. Yeah. But the moment is not missing you to go see the voice of your childhood live. Tickets are on sale now. AEW is on tour, and man, they've got a big week lined up. AEWTIX.com is where you can get your tickets. Before you know it, man, it's going to be Full Gear time. And you guys just made an announcement, the Continental Classic. Ryan Danielson going to be the first participant in that. I guess we're going to have 2 different leagues of 6 or whatever it is. We're going to crown a new champ or a new, a tournament winner. I'm pretty excited about it because I know that if we've got Brian Danielson in it, it's going to be good. But Full Gear, dude, this pay-per-view has had an interesting build. You've sold a lot of tickets. We're in Los Angeles. What are you thinking, man, about Full Gear 2023?
I'm pretty excited about some of the matches that we have. Obviously, we put a lot of attention into MJF and Jay White. I really think MJF has come through and given us some really great matches. He really has. Jay White is one of the great performers internationally that what we've known about for a long, long time. I'm glad they signed the Young Bucks against Omega and Jericho. That should be great. And there's a lot of good
Golden
things.
Jets. What do you think of that name? The Golden Jets.
The Golden Jets. Is that does that have something to do with the Winnipeg Jets? Or were they called the Golden Jets a long time ago?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Anyway, whatever it is, I'll use it. And also, I don't know if did you and I talk about the return of Ric Flair yet?
Well, this is a great opportunity to do it right now. I mean, how surreal was it to you to be standing in the ring on a TBS station with Sting and welcoming into the ring Ric Flair?
Yeah.
Like that felt like it could have been 1988 or 1998 or 25 years later.
Yeah.
2023.
Yeah, it was surreal. It really was. And I was really thrilled about doing that. And I was talking to Sting just on Saturday when we were in Oakland. And we were giving each other a hard time, as you do.
Yes.
And there was a bunch of guys standing around. And I said, yeah, I remember the first time I stuck the microphone in front of Sting at the TBS studios. And we've had it on the podcast, so it's in the archives. I said, Sting rolled down. I said, he was so blowed up he couldn't get words out. He was going, Sting says, I don't remember that. I said, well, it's in on video if you'd like me to pull it off for you. But both have been such phenomenal performers. And I've said this many times. I'm honored to be tied to them in some way.
How could you not be?
Yeah.
I mean, one of the most classic feuds, and I mean, how many times did we see those guys on TV together, whether they were starting out as a tag team or against each other?
Yeah.
I mean, there's just so much history there, and to be able to be a part of the final chapter now, seemingly, of Sting's career, and he wound up being a part of what we thought was Ric Flair's last part of his career, and maybe it still is as far as the in-ring, but this is those guys are really synonymous with your time in wrestling, I think.
Yeah, they are. It's, if you look online and see a lot of the photos of Ric Flair, it's me holding the microphone.
Yes.
So that's very special for me.
Hell yeah, it should be.
Yeah, so it is. I really would like for Sting, for his last match, to come out as Surfer Sting. Wouldn't you? Blonde the hair, spike it up.
I want it so bad. Like, you know, I tried to get him a few years ago to sort of recreate some of that magic when we had StarCast in Baltimore, and we had him don the American flag jacket that he wore to win the world title the first time at Great American Bash 1990, but he wouldn't commit on the and he wore the red, white, and blue face paint for us, but he wouldn't commit to a haircut and dyeing it blonde. I can't imagine seeing that, but dude, the little kid in me would love to see it just one more time.
It would be great. A lot of people would love to see it, so maybe we can convince him to do it.